Secret guardians, starry bright, fiery ones beyond our sight, saints of yore, Buddhas too, guiding lights to me and you.
Chapter 4 Belfast, Northern Ireland, Ardoyne District, St. Francis Secondary School, February 1999. I was sitting alone in the far corner of the school cafeteria, trying to think about what I needed to do to make it through the day. Even before Mola passed, I had begun to withdraw from the loose-knit group of girls, mostly misfits like me, that I'd eaten lunch with ever since my freshman year. The girls' giggly banter no longer drew me in as it once had. Following Mola's death, they had tried their best to comfort me, but I was beyond consoling. The dam finally broke one day, an embarrassing scene that ended with me pleading to be left alone, then fleeing the table. The next day, I relocated to a remote corner of the cafeteria where no one dared to come sit with me. The new arrangement suited me. After I'd gotten involved with Brogan, and our short relationship flamed out, I'd attached myself to some friends of his. Not unlike an anchor to the bottom of the sea, I might add, for I had sunk far and fast, and I didn't want my St. Francis schoolmates to see. Beyond the self-imposed isolation, I was struggling to focus mentally, thanks in no small part to the hashish smoke I'd spent evenings ingesting. The stoner rituals would salve my jangled emotions for a few hours, but the core emptiness in me, like an infected wound, just wouldn't heal. At school, the simplest of interactions, such as exchanging greetings with classmates, remained monumentally difficult. But I'd been able to maintain a few boundaries. I hadn't invited anyone from my stoner crew over to my place. Beyond that, I'd made sure they didn't even know I lived nearby. I told them I had a tiny place downtown. I wasn't going to allow the home Mola and I had made to become a doper hangout. And each day, no matter how I spent my evenings, I wrote out a to-do list. Housework, grocery shopping, cooking, homework, then worked through it. That's what I was doing in my corner of the cafeteria. I stared at my freshly made to-do list, wondering how long I could keep doing this all by myself. In my self-absorbed state, I didn't notice the pretty autumn-haired girl approaching me until I looked up and saw her settling in across the table. "Hi," she offered a bright smile. "Try to engage, Jian. It won't kill you." "Hey, I'm Anna." She spoke with a Russian accent, and she spoke with kindness, which I hadn't heard much of lately, not even from me. "I don't know if you remember me or not. We met at your grandmother's service." I didn't respond. Of course I remembered her. I remembered everything. I knew Anna Rusakov. She was in some of my classes. But I'd never before had a conversation with her, unless you counted our brief exchange at Mola's wake, where she and her family had come to offer their respects. With her exotic accent and fashion-conscious style, Anna Rusakov was most everything I was not. Outgoing and popular in school, with top-of-the-class grades, she exhibited an easygoing friendliness with all. I admired her from afar as she gracefully connected with anyone and everyone at St. Francis, even the oddest of oddballs. Maybe I was just the next oddball. The girl opened a thermos. Its delicious smell made my stomach grumble. All I'd bothered to pack for lunch was a baguette with butter. At my silence, Anna tried again. She was always smiling when she came to see us perform. "Thank you for coming," I murmured. Her comment touched a sad nerve in me. Mola would never again hear me sing in the school choir. "I see you sitting alone lately," Anna began, then caught herself. "I did not mean to say, I am so sorry. I'm not finding the right words." Anna grimaced. I noticed how sky blue her eyes were. I also noticed something else. I couldn't see the usual sun-like colours around her. I hadn't been studying people's auras lately, but come to think of it, I realised I hadn't noticed anyone's aura since I'd smoked hashish with Brogan. My stomach twisted at the thought. "I'm sorry," Anna continued. "All I wanted to ask is how you're doing since your grandmother was taken by the angels. She was your only family, yes?" "Not only," I replied a bit too quickly. "I have my aunt too." As I repeated my made-up story, I hoped Anna hadn't caught the tell in my voice. I was a terrible liar. "Yes." She hesitated, glancing at my unwashed hair before adding, "But that's not what I meant." I weighed the effort of answering Anna's question versus retreating again into my shell. "Don't leave her hanging, Jian." "I get what you meant, with my parents gone and all." Anna covered her mouth. "I am so sorry. No need to apologise. It's okay." I looked away, trying to come up with something else to say. "It's been a long time." Anna seemed to relax a bit. "Thank you again for coming to the funeral," I added. "Your family was very kind. I remember your brothers, but I don't remember their names. Sorry, I don't remember much from that day." Another lie, but this one felt more natural. "Alexei and Misha. Maybe it is good that sadness is not remembered." "The sadness I can't forget," I blurted out, as if my heart had an uncensored voice of its own. Why did I say that? Anna paused. I felt her gaze on me. I took a chance and met her blue eyes. "You looked lost that day," she said. "I wanted to be your friend right then." I didn't know what to say, so I changed the subject. "Where in Russia are you from?" Rostov-on-Don. It is a large city in the south, near the Black Sea. Do you know where that is? Not really. It's okay. We came to live in Belfast 7 years ago. My mother is a doctor. She works at Belfast Hospital. My father fixes houses. In Russia, he was an architect. Coming alive a little, I nodded encouragement. A family. Wouldn't that be something? In a flash, I found myself staring at what I needed more than anything in the world at that low point in my life. One true friend. Someone I could trust. Brogan hadn't turned out to be that someone, obviously. Maybe this Russian star of a girl could befriend a grunge-dressing Asian-Irish orphan. That would be something. "Hey, I've got to get something from my locker before class," I said, noticing the time. "It was nice talking to you." I stood up and began walking away. Then something prompted me to turn back toward Anna. "I'll be here tomorrow," I said. Then I will see you then, the girl replied, without hesitation. For the first time in a while, I allowed myself a moment of hope. Then I remembered how I'd probably end up that night.